anyone can do these things. Absolutely anyone. You don't need anything like new and shiny. It's just stuff that you can do every day in your house. Like seriously. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Jenna Diaries, and if you haven't been here before, please feel free to like, subscribe, and join the Diaries. So today we're going to be talking about something interesting that I love to talk about. It is basically the backbone of my brand, and we're talking about self-care habits. Yes, so self-care, let's start from there. What is self-care? Self-care is basically anything that you do to basically improve your health, be it mentally, physically, emotionally, just everything that you do. It encompasses every aspect of our lives, from like little habits such as waking up early, sleeping regularly, eating healthy. These are all self-care tips and tricks and all of that. So I've decided to kind of break this series down into like subgroups. So today we're going to be focusing more on like self-care habits that improve your mental health. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. So I'm a big believer that everything we do in this life is kind of interconnected in some way. Physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, they kind of all overlap. So I feel like self-care, if you really want to be taking care of yourself, you have to kind of zoom in on every aspect of your life. So today we're going to start off with like the first thing on my list here is to be true to yourself, okay? Stop trying to be like everyone else and just be you, okay? Because I feel like in our day and age there's so much around like the propaganda. Social media has kind of created that perfect girl. I mean, yeah, if you are the kind of person that wakes up at 5 a.m, does all that, you are awesome, you're doing great. But like not everyone is wired that way, because we're all different. We all have different types of biological like cycles, all right? So I think one key thing is, first, number one, be true to yourself. Find out who you really are, find out what you really like, all right? And I think one big way of doing this is taking the time to actually spend time with yourself. We're reading books and doing all that, and this must by far make us very intuitive and make us very like conscious of who we are. But no, we must take out at least 10 to 15 minutes every day to spend quiet time with ourselves. And what am I saying? I'm not saying listen to a podcast. I'm saying maybe go on a walk, all right? Or just sit in your bed first thing in the morning. I usually do. I don't check my phone. I don't do anything. I just like to sit in silence. Sorry, I'm a little gassy today. Sitting in silence helps you figure out like what you want for yourself, and you know, just what do you want out of life, you know? But you need to do these things in silence. You need to do these things when you're sitting on your own. Number two, the second thing I want to talk about is social media. It's part of our lives. It's kind of like interlaced with everything that we do right now. So I think a big part is figuring out or filtering your social media, all right? And what do? So how I've done this, I've kind of taken out a lot of time to like take my time and like remove all these nitty-gritty things that just don't feed me or edify me, or pages that just, instead of making me feel inspired, they just bring me down or make me feel like, you know, shitty about my life. So I've taken out the time to actually eradicate all those feeds from my social media, and I think it's doing really well. So I feel like slowly but surely, take your time to like tick off like anything that just pops up on your timeline that you're not feeling. It's not just making you feel okay. If it's random Insta blog, like whatever information, just like swipe it right off. You know, you don't need that. You don't need that energy in your life, sis. Please. Third thing I want to tell us about is try to do things for the, you know, for the love of it and not for the perfection of it. There's this artist I really love. Her name is Corja. I almost called her old name. Her name is Corja, and like there's something like her brand says, which is like create art for vanity's sake, all right? And I think it's something that we can all apply in our lives. And it doesn't have to be art. It could just be something you want to do just for the love of it, okay? It doesn't have to be like some get rich quick scheme or something like that. Do something that truly actually makes you happy. Like something that has been on my mind recently is Lego. I know I've really been thinking about Lego a lot. I used to really love like building Legos, and right now I'm trying to order this Lego. I'm gonna put the picture here. It's kind of like a Lego puzzle piece. Two of my favorite things. And sometimes we just need stuff like that, okay? Sometimes we just need to do things because we love to do them, not because there's like an end goal or there's a profit at the end of it. Just do something because you actually love doing it. This next point is kind of related to my first point, which is spend some intentional time with yourself, all right? Which is like reading a book, taking a walk, like, I don't know, cook for you, do something just for you. Spend some time with yourself. I know a lot of people don't like to journal these days, but I do feel like this is one big way to spend time with yourself. Just kind of pour all the things that are on your mind and in your heart. So I feel like spending a lot of time with yourself is just a good kind of self-care. It's good for your mental health. It's good for, you know, all of that good stuff. Next thing, spend time with other people. What am I saying? You know how you have those friends when you're always like, oh, we should hang out, we should meet up, but you never actually meet up, you never hang out. Create the time. Create the time to see like a friend you haven't seen in a while. Create the time to meet this new friend that you ran into at this coffee shop or something. Create time to make new connections. Humans are creature of like company. You know, we need company. Obviously we're different. There are different types of people. Some of us are like butterflies, some of us are like ladybirds. We just need 1 or 2, 3 friends. But you know, just create time to actually spend time with like people or loved ones, which is actually connected to my next point. Strengthen the bonds you have with the people you love. I can't stress this enough because I feel like I say this in every video. Call your family, call your friend, call your sister, call whoever. Call people, call the people you love, check on them. This is why we're here. I mean, yes, we're supposed to make all this money, become successful, have a family, but right now, one of the things that we should do like every day is just like foster those bonds that we have with people. We're here to share experiences, but not necessarily alone. Sometimes we're supposed to share them with people. So make intentional time to feed those relationships, because I feel like, you know, equally they will also pour into you as well. Another thing is to listen, watch, and read things you actually feel inspired to, like you actually feel drawn to. Right now there's just like this thing, something is trending, everybody's watching it, everybody's doing it, everyone's reading it, listening to it, you know. Well, we need to take out time to actually do things like, what is it that you want? What is it that Lucy wants, or Cynthia, or I don't know, Ola? What do you guys want? So just take the time to actually read, listen, and watch things that edify your soul and they're true to what you want. Don't just follow the trend. Don't be a trend follower. Listen to yourself. And how do you do that? Listen to point number 1. Spend time doing things and listening to things that you actually enjoy, you actually love, and you know, things that actually edify you, not just things that are trending. Would this be a self-care podcast by Jenna Diaries if we did not talk about investing in your earth skin? Okay, yes. So the next one is to invest. What is happening? Invest in your earth skin. That is, what am I saying? Facials, massages, workouts, do all that good stuff. But I'm actually focusing more on like small things that you can do for yourself, which is like a facial. You can give yourself a little like rub to just make yourself feel good. Take a bath, shower, wash yourself. The other day someone was talking about how their colleague randomly mentioned how they haven't showered in like 2-3 days, and I was just like, I mean, I don't understand. You have to show yourself love, and sometimes as simple as just taking a bath, okay? Yeah, don't you ever have those moments when it's like everything just doesn't feel right, and then you take a shower and it's like all is right with the world, okay? And even studies have shown that something as simple as like a massage, a hug, even like a facial rub can release happy hormones in your body. So yeah, why not? Rub yourself. I don't know if you've ever heard the saying which goes like, clear space, clear mind, but I feel like I've read that somewhere, which brings me to my second to the last point, which is declutter your space. And this means you declutter your mind, okay? Your environment is a reflection of who you are and in what mental state you are in, okay? Because I mean, this is just my personal thoughts. I don't know, maybe another person might feel different, maybe you feel different, but like honestly, I just feel like, see, if your house is a mess, like, you know, maybe your life too is a mess. So you gotta put it in order, okay? You have to put things in like a sitting kind of way, you know? And it's not just about like decluttering. Yes, you have to take out things that you don't need. Things trap energies, all right? Maybe there's this like random gift like an ex gave you and you just don't need it, and every time you see it reminds you of you, him, or her, and that toxic relationship. You throw it out, okay? And throw out every other like random stuff that you don't need. Old clothes, and just throw them out. And I'm not saying just throw them in the trash, you know. There are people that need this stuff, so you can always find someone that actually needs it and give it to them, you know. So yeah, declutter your space, clear mind. Out with the old, in with the new people. Let's go. Another thing when talking about space is to just create a very lovely nest for yourself. There's something birds do. You know how they just wiggle into their nests? I just find that like so, I feel like it must be so calming and like so fun to just do that. It must be so like cozy. So yeah, create somewhere that is equally as cozy and comfortable for you, you know. Light a candle, change the lights in your place, make them like yellow, or like, you know, just not those bright fluorescent lights like blinding you all the time. So yeah, spend some time, spend a little money, spend some investment, move things around, clear out the old things, make things really comfortable for yourself, okay? These things make a difference, people. Anyone can do these things. Given the day and age we're in, I think the last point, it kind of makes sense for us, which is one, detox your socials. Detox social days and detox your socials for you. All right, so what am I saying? On regular days, it's kind of good to have like a cap on when you can like log in and log out of social media. Like I don't really kind of look into my phone from like maybe 9ish, 10ish in the morning, and like I log out from like 8. Okay, I just feel like it shouldn't be the first thing you look at, and it shouldn't be like it should be one of the last things. Like it shouldn't be one of the last things you look at as well before you go into bed. Like imagine just kind of taking all that information from like people on the internet. You're not gonna be able to like sit with your thoughts and know what you want and like filter all the things that happen during the day. So I think a big part will be just try to curtail like a good time. I feel like 8 p.m. is a good time to kind of log out. People, it's a wrap. If you didn't tell me from like 10 in the morning till like 8 p.m., it's not that important. And I'm sure that some of you are thinking, oh, but I have a business to run, blah, 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 blah. The business will meet you tomorrow. It will meet you tomorrow. So I think putting a cap on like how much social media you consume, the time you log in and the time you log out would make a huge difference. If you don't take away anything, you can take away this, all right? And finally, I think it's also, you know, connected to what I was just saying, which is have like a social detox day, maybe a Saturday or a Sunday, you know, like Sabbath or something. It's a good time to just have like a social media detox day. Just unplug for 24 hours. You wouldn't miss anything, and trust me, if you do, you'll probably catch up with it on Monday. Okay, so have one day of the week, whatever it is, that you are offline. I mean offline. Oh, okay, maybe not your businesses, but I even feel like even that too, we did not come to this life to just like work, to just live to work. We came here to like, you know, live and experience things, and you know, the work is what helps those experiences. But I'm not saying you should just spend and zoom in all your time on that. So anyway, it's just something I think you should take away from this video. If you don't take away anything else, just try to curtail your social media consumption and have days where they're just like zero social media, all of that. No, I probably mentioned social media in a lot of this and spending time with yourself and with your thoughts a lot in these videos, because I do feel like the day and age that we're in, it's just, these are things that really like tether our mental health. Okay, so we just have to be very like conscious about these things. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, I think I will slowly bring this video to an end. If you have any questions whatsoever, please leave in the comments below. I'll be following up with more series about this. I'll also leave in my newsletter some more detailed descriptions of how you can apply some of these habits into your life as well. And please also share below like some some of the things that you do, some of the self-care habits that help your mental health. I really love reading your comments, and I'm really happy that, you know, I'm getting the traction that I am getting so far, and I just love it. I love it. I love that we're all on this journey together. I am currently drinking some peppermint tea. It's actually cold brewed today. It's just different for me. It was interesting, you know. So yeah, all right guys, see you next time and goodbye.